Okay, this will be our second mastermind meeting that we've had since we've started, and it's every second month. And it's every second month, the last class of the month, that we will have the mastermind. And the mastermind is actually there for you guys to ask me things. If you can send it to me up front, and there's certain things that you would like me to do, you can email me that. But if not, and you're in the class, you can always either ask the question or just type the question in on the question section on the right-hand side, and I'll pick it up from there, and we'll go through it. I would like to take the chance to give you the information that I've sent through to Dizan from Embed International. And the one thing is I'm going to load him as a panelist on all our webinars, even the stigmata, the cross-stitch and all that. And he doesn't need to attend at any point in time, but if he wants to drop in and just listen to what we're talking about, he's more than welcome. I don't think there's anything that we want to hide from him, so he's more than welcome to pop in and listen to us. He will definitely, if he pops in, we will definitely ask him a question. All right, and then the questions that came from the group was, Betty sent in a question that I would like him to explain a little bit more on how he does the fur of the animals. You know, how does he do those animal drawings? In the same line, I got a request from Candace that where do you find digitizers when you start looking for digitizers and all that? Did you train yourself as a digitizer, or did you train your own digitizers? And then when you do animals, how do you get that animal look-alike feeling? And then the other question is which images works best, vector, JPEG, or bitmap, or a photo, or any type of a photo. And then the last one was what stitch type is the best for the hair effect. Okay, and that was the information. And then we just had a comment that came back from, I think it came from Diana, with regards to the tree. And the thing was, when it creates the tree, it normally says separate objects joined by connections, and it tells you 1 connection, 2 connections, or 3 connections. Okay, and right. Then is it possible that they can change the software for us to such an extent that when it does that it actually highlights where those connections are, so we can just look at that. Okay. So that's in short the information that we've got for tonight's class. Betty sent me information through, but she didn't say that she's not going to be in class, so I've sent her the information on. So we'll look at the tree item that we were busy with last week. Is it fine if we can start there?
Good idea.
Okay, so let's go and call that in. I'm just going to go over to Studio. And then Design, open Recent. File open. Let me just go and find that. It was in Studio. That was the lace heart that we did. Judy, thank you. Judith, I got your feedback from that image that I sent through to you.
Okay.
And I also stitched it out on this side, and I didn't stabilize it properly, so I've got a nice freestanding mess.
Oh.
Made a mistake at the top end. I've made a mistake at the top end of it there. Didn't stabilize properly, and then it pulled the water soluble pulled in the frame. So first part was in place, and the second part was off where it was supposed to be.
Did you use the same image you sent me?
Yeah.
And did you have problems in those areas that I mentioned?
I've looked at the images and stuff there, and I'll reset the class to such an extent that when we go back to the class and we do the class next month, do the final part of it, but I'll show you all the bits that we've got there.
Okay.
This one that we're looking at now was the one that I actually start off with, and if we look in 3D
Right.
now, that is our design. It doesn't look bad like it is, but if I go and put my jump stitches on, it's a crazy mongrel that we've got there, and you'll see it now.
Ah,
Okay, not so nice. And
Oops.
and if we go and select the designs, all the items, and try to use the tree, it gives us the option for the tree. And for the people that hasn't been with us in the last week, this is what we call the tree. So that chappie is the one that will sort our headaches out for us if we've done the job correct. So let's go and click on it, and it will come back and it will scream at us. Because it's supposed to sort out the jump stitches, that there's no jump stitches or there's 1 or 2 connection stitches somewhere. But with this one, it came in and it gave me a crazy and I would like to show you these crazy items that's here.
oh, what up?
There. On the right hand side at the top, you'll see I think I must use the spotlight. If I go and stand there, there's no join there. Remember when we started the line, we started with the outline for the whole heart, and then we started filling in. So there's no join there. There's no join there. On this side, on the left-hand side, there's no join there, but it's giving me connections. And I've zoomed in as far as the program can allow me, and I couldn't pick the problems up. So I pressed on our expert with Redwork, called in our Redwork expert, and I'm going to show you what she sent me. I hope it's here. Let me just go and say design open. It's that one. I hope so. Or is it that one there? It's that one there.
Is this from Betty?
Yeah, that's the one from Betty that I asked Betty to send it through to me. Let me just check and make sure that it's the right one. And if it's not, I'll have to pick it up. It's 48. And let's go and do the tree with this one. Because Betty's one worked with the tree without a problem. No,
I couldn't make it work without a problem.
Betty's one. Did she
No,
send,
mine.
Yeah, mine I couldn't get fixed up, but Betty sent me a one that doesn't look as if it's this one. File open. Let's go and see if I can just find it. Because I had, what was this one? Part 2. No, it's not part 2. No, it's not part 3. Part 4. No, my lace out. That no, my lace out. I don't look for now.
Betty, did you change the grid as well, or just the design?
It's not online. I don't see her. Can you guys see her online? I don't see her online. Okay, Judy, can you see the panel list?
I do now. Yeah.
Okay. No, this is Betty. Betty's one. This one.
No, she's not. She's not there.
No, she's not online, and I must actually just quickly go and check my mail. Because I did send her the link Karen, you got the link as well, because you also asked me for the link that wasn't there yet.
Got it, Philip. Thank you.
Okay, that's great. Right, so if we look at this design now, there is our whole design. If we just go and take the background away first and then go, you see, hers is broken down. She also did the first part. If you look at the right-hand side at the bottom in the part section, you'll see the heart, the complete heart is there. So she did the first part like we did. But then I've got 44 components. I think Betty has got 100 and something odd components in her complete first section. Where are we going? Sorry, 224 objects. Whoa.
So we were digitizing too much at a time.
Yeah, it looks to me as if that's the case. And that's one of the things I would have loved Viljoen to be here tonight so that we can ask him that question, you know, what
Right.
the correct amount then or correct number to pick up and go through that. But so far, so she's done 224 objects in total where we had 44. And now if I go and pull up the 3, it's done.
She does it, yeah.
Look at it. It's there. It's only 2 connections.
Well, that was my conclusion. They were each segment was too much.
Yeah, or there was something in the process that it's actually, perhaps remember when we did the top ones on the right-hand side there, we went and did the whole curve. And it was probably somewhere when she's doing them, she's doing a section and a section and a section so that the program can run its way back and trace its way back. What the tree does is basically create a connection stitch path for you that is the shortest possible connection stitch so that you don't have jump stitches. Okay.
Good evening, Philip. I'm online now.
Hi, Diana. Welcome.
Hi. Thank
Good.
you. Had a bit of a problem, but I'm here now.
Great stuff. I'm glad your mic is all. Oh yeah, and you were also one of the ladies that had a major problem with microphones and stuff at some stage, right?
Yes, right at the very beginning, yeah.
Okay, so but that's sorted
Am I
out.
loud and clear?
Yeah, 100%. We're not going to get
Good.
technology to basically tell us old people how to do it and how not to do it. We'll just go and carry on and do it until we figure
Speak for yourself.
Speak for myself. Gee, I've gone
Speaking of family.
past the halfway mark, you know, so I definitely don't want to double up on my age anymore. Not at this point anymore. Right. Okay, so that's the one there. I think what I will do with this one, I'll save this with the no, if I save it like this, we won't be able to break it apart. I think what I'll do is I'll just go and do an undo, but you saw it's there. It's now 2 objects. We've still got the 2 objects there. We can now go back and put the object number 1 back in line. And then Judy, you say that with object number 1, if we need to get a better feel for it, let me just go and split that.
Yeah, it did not hold together.
If we go and split that, we go property. Yeah, it was, I saw on mine as well, it's there, but it's not as clear as I wanted it to do. So let's see if I can understand what you say. Start off with parameter number 1. We don't use motive, we use plainfill. Okay.
Well, I had never used a motif. I think you could have used the motif if it were closer together, if it were less dense. You had it at
The density of
160.
160, yeah.
Yeah, and that made it about 5 millimeters apart. It was,
Okay, so you reckon if we take that density down,
I don't know. I didn't try it.
let's go and have a look. To 80 and keep the rest as is.
Because those side stitches are just long jumps. So there's no intertwining of the bobbin thread in between the corners of each one of those squares.
Okay. Yeah. You can
So there's no stability.
immediately see if while we're changing it now that it basically gives you a better grip.
But it may be that a motif file does not work. I don't know. No matter what the density.
It should basically, because in principle, if you do the normal stitch, the normal single full stitch with the reduced density, it does as well. What I'm doing now, I'm just changing object number 1 and object number 3 to a density of 80, and then object number 2 and object number 4 to still a density of 160, so that we've got 2 different densities. And I think that will also give us a better weave, if I can call it that. Just waiting for the screen to change. Here we go.
So you think if it's half as dense, then the spacing is half the size, so it'll be 2.5 or 2 millimeters instead of 5?
Yeah, it should basically give us that facility there. I want to show you now. I want to zoom in on it once it's done it. So we can actually go and see what it's looking like. What it look like there. Questions there. Right, it's done. It's updated. So let's zoom in. Just go in it one more time if I can do that. And then we can actually see what it's doing, because this is actually what we're trying to achieve with setting that up. And it's this. Where's the screen now?
So you have 4 layers on there now.
I've got 4 layers on it now.
It may be excessive. I don't know.
Can you see what I'm doing here? Let's just wait for the screen. Betty has just joined us. Great stuff.
We need you, Betty.
Yeah,
Okay.
you gave me your link, and so I don't have the password.
Oh my. Did I
So
give
I
you the wrong
couldn't get
thing?
in.
Oh. And how did you get in, Betty?
You did. I used the first 4 numbers or 5 numbers or whatever and erased the other ones. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Good for you, Betty.
Just said that now. You weren't here, but I just said that. You know, technology is not going to stop us from doing something if we really want to do it.
You're such a hater.
Okay.
We have a... Love it.
Right. If you look at this 2 little yellow dots there, this is the effect that we're actually trying to create, because if you look at the lines, they're crossing over in that section there. And that's where they will sew together the top and the bottoms, and that will create your weave for you. So I think, Judith, if we look at that, I think the problem was with the other one, that it really, that 5 millimeter spacing was too much spacing. And it didn't create a nice enough connection for us.
No, it didn't interlock at all.
Yeah.
Well, rarely.
So I think then with that in mind, if we do it like this, I'm going to leave this like that. And I'm going to send you guys all this file. I'll upload this EOF file that I'm working with now as is. But I'm not going to do the rest, so that I just want to show you that. And then seeing that the expert is online, we can ask her tonight what the recipe is. But you know, Betty says it's quick and easy to do all those components quickly. Betty, we just saw that you had in your one that you did, there was over 200 odd items. $243 items in total. Where we did it in 43, I think, or something, or 44. So the answer is the smaller the sections, the better.
Have we lost her?
I'm sure Betty is online. Betty?
We've lost her.
I am.
So the components that you used here was smaller pieces. If I...
Right. I stopped at every intersection.
Oh,
Okay. Okay, so you were a
I
good...
did not add nodes at each intersection.
So you were a good driver. You stopped at every stop street where there was a stop street or a traffic light. You stopped there and then you pulled away with
Right.
the next thing there. And that sorted the problem out. Good. Good. I think
I'm
that-
not a speed dialer.
Okay. All right, because the tree worked. The tree worked 100% and the tree is fine. So that is the item there. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this and say file save as, and let's call it lay start. My laser 2, and I will upload this my laser 2 for the group so that you can get access to it and have a look at it. And at this point, if you just want to test that stabilizer, you're more than welcome to test the stabilizer at the back.
yeah.
Just to
I
see.
still have my doubts, Phil.
Well,
I would have thought it would need an outline round each one to stop it from falling apart, wouldn't it?
yeah, you know, I've done that with normal. Let me just show you what I'm talking about. If you go there, split items. If I take that object number 4 and we go and say create a duplicate from there, apply to duplicate and then go back and change those. Come on. Gee, the eyes doesn't want to close tonight. Right, let's see. Okay, if we go to object number, the last object now, the one that I've just copied, and you call that up into parameters and change it, instead of using a motive, use plain fill, but with just the edge, no zigzag. And then you change your density to let's say about 14 or something like that. That's coming to mind now, 14. Let's just generate that stitches and see what it does. It should give us the outline and it should give us one direction of stitches. That's too tight. Parameters.
Except I think it's denser than it needs to be.
No, this is too tight. This is immediately, I can see it, it's too tight. I'm just trying to get it.
I used 50
Yeah.
as a density.
Parameters. Let's just go up to, what can we do? We can go to 300, but let's go to the 160, or let's say, you say 50. 50.
Well, that's what I have used in the past. Yeah.
Let's see what it does. Okay, so there's your grid, and you'll see that it's only in one direction. So it's a continuous piece of thread running in one direction. You will apply to duplicate from where you are now. Apply to duplicate again and again, so that we've got 4 layers. And the only thing that we then do is change the stick direction. So the number 2 will now go parameters, 45 degrees. And number 3 would go parameters 135. That should be the other opposite end.
Wouldn't it be better to go 90 to correspond with 1 and then do the 135 for the fourth one?
I started off with 90 on the
Would
first
that
one,
help?
Diana. And then the
right.
second
Well, then,
one was
well, 0 then.
45. So I want to go now to 0, which is the last one now.
Yeah.
So then we've got 290 degree, two square ones, and then 245 angles on it. And if we zoom in, yeah, I think this one can
And I
work.
still think you need another layer.
You think so?
Yeah.
Or at least an outline to hold all those edges together.
Oh, there is an outline
Well,
with it. Remember when I asked for it to do an underlay, and then underlay I said it must
Yeah.
do an edge stitch for me.
Yeah.
But you can at this point now in object number 250 go and say create, convert outline to, we're going to create outline, create full. Create outline from full, the very last.
And this is where I've used a motif. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You use the motif on the cross stitch or the
Yes.
fill-
After,
fill
as the
background,
fifth
and then
layer.
oh right.
So that'll be.
Maybe it would hold together without it. I don't know.
I had no problem.
Mine sewed well,
I
but
had
it,
no problem with it falling apart. It just is way, way too dense.
Well, I tried to stitch it just as a grid, and it did not hold together.
mm-hmm.
It just became a fluff.
So as a straightforward grid, it was basically too loose. It was just a ball of cotton when you were finished with it.
Right. It's pretty.
Pretty ball of fluff. Okay. Right, so I think it should. It looks good enough for me, and if I zoom in, I can see that you know what I'm looking for is I'm looking where they cross. There's a cross that's running over it, and there's a line. There's that line horizontal and the 245s, and they all get together, close together there. So in theory, it should hold because your top and your bottom thread is exactly the same. You're not using a bobbin fill at the bottom.
Bobbin thread.
You basically use your top thread, top and bottom. So that makes the difference there. And it's doing the proper knots and all that. And I'm going to try this one as well. I think I'm going to send you the EOF file with the two sections. And then please split them on your side to test object number 247 to up 251 compared to the one where we use the motif, but the motif on a smaller density. Perhaps did they fit in a hoop easy, Judith?
Oh yeah.
So that wasn't a problem. Okay.
No. And the stabilizer, I had no problem with it. It was as straight as it was in the beginning.
Okay. So let me just go and save this one. My layout number 2, and with the video I'm going to load this one then up as a downloadable file to see what it's doing. Right, let's just go back. I'm going to leave the file as is and just go and say new. Right, I'm open for anything that you guys would like me to talk about. Questions that you've got, things that you've got problems with. Anybody have comments from...
I have a question.
Okay, Dan, I'll be with you in a sec.
Okay.
Carolyn, did anyone of you speak to Carolyn in the last week?
She sent an email that she had a doctor's appointment this morning.
Okay. Diana, you wanted to say something?
No, I was just going to say Carolyn emailed to say that her doctor had changed her appointment from 1:30 to 10 o'clock this morning.
Okay.
So, she had to miss, and she was not happy.
Okay.
No.
No, we haven't spoken to her in a while. Dan, we're back to you, my friend.
I just have a question. Is there any way to make the background in the studio match the material that you're embroidering on? I'd like, if it's blue, could you change? Is there any way to change it to blue so you can see what the effect is?
Let's go and do it.
Particularly when you're doing...
We're going to edit, preferences. Okay, that's the first thing that we go and do. Next thing we go to 3D preview. All right. And now if you want to do it on a, what will I call it? A shirt or something like that.
Yeah, well, just some color actually would help.
Okay, the color is fine because we can do the color, but I can even go as far as to basically include a fabric type for you, Dan.
Hello?
Yeah, let's go and include a jersey for you, jersey fabric. Okay, so there's our jersey fabric. Right. And then we go back to in the hoop section. It's done, there we go. You should be able to see it now. And in the hoop section, it says hoop color. That hoop color that you set there is, although it's the hoop color, it will also be your 3D color. So what color would you like to have it?
Oh, we'll say red.
Say red. Okay, I know you're thinking. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking of your...
that project.
Yeah,
right.
You're thinking of that project. Okay, so there's the fabric there. Let's see if we can call that project up, Dan. File open. One back. It was under Stigmato, eh? And it was called something.
It's right at the
Right
top.
up at the very top of the list.
Yeah.
There we go.
It is red.
Right. And I hope that answered your question, Dan. I'm just waiting for the screen to change. It's just busy going through the process. And this is where you can also pick up if you've got enough density behind your stigmata.
Yeah, I've done that project, and I got a problem, kind of. You know, we put kind of an underlay under the various grill areas. Mm-hmm. And then on the left, there's four objects there, the bottom one and the three on top. And the two on the top, for the left one and the center one, they were fine. But the one on the right and the bottom, the sfumato, really didn't do much. And I ended up with basically just sort of the plain fill underlay showing through, which I'm not too happy about, but I've got to turn this thing in about a day, so I'm probably just going to turn it in. But I was trying to figure out how to make that sfumato, you know, what do they call it, that random fill they use, heavier. And for some reason, it decided to make it very light. It looks fine on this picture, and I told it to make the background red, but it's still very thin. And it really, it doesn't really show up because basically the thread colors we're using are basically silvery white colors, and that's what the background that we put down was. But I didn't really want the red to show through.
Okay.
And I'm not sure how you change that. If there's a place where you're doing sfumato, I guess I should have increased the density. But I can see a little bit of red showing through there. And actually what you're looking at on the picture is mostly just that fill we put in. And okay. Now on the other two, for some reason, it gave a lot of texture and everything, did a good job, but on that right one and the bottom one, which is the bumper part, it didn't do a very good job on part of it. Okay. And it looks okay, you know, but I believe there is a way in the sfumato to increase the density, isn't there?
Okay, let me go and show you. Where do we go? That was the... Okay, this one is group too many. That was the satin that we have there. This is satin. That's that outline. Where's the stigmata? There we go. Object number 1.
There's the sfumato. Yeah.
Number 6 is the stigmata. Okay. So let's go to that one.
Yeah.
I'm going to go and split them for you, Dan. So you have a problem with this chappie on the right-hand side? This one?
Yeah, right.
So this one is giving you a problem, and then this one is giving you a problem.
Yeah, the one on the top, I missed you there. Yeah, one on the bottom. Yeah.
Okay.
It's the areas. The black, for example, came out fine, or the dark gray, but it was the some of the areas are, it's just very thin, and I would like to have it thicker.
Okay, Dan, when you need to play with that, when you are on this screen, when you're in your parameter screen, your background section, this chappy here, the background area,
Well,
you need to change that. And you need to
red.
I wouldn't go for red. I'd normally prefer for some stupid reason yellow. Anything, yeah, because red I think is too strong a color. And I find that yellow is not white, but it's also not a dark color. So I'll call that up and use that. The section that I'm standing on now is 5214 stitches. The section that we've highlighted now. At this point, it's standing on 5214. So I'm changing the background.
Where are you?
At the bottom.
What do you mean? What? 52. I'm not sure what you're talking about.
If you look down at the bottom of the screen, Dan.
Yeah.
Where
Oh,
the arrow is.
okay.
That's the number of
I see
stitches.
stitch numbers. I wasn't sure what you're talking about. Okay.
Okay.
Got it.
So before I'm changing anything, that was the number of stitches that was in that section before I basically applied this change. So I'm changing it to yellow, and then I'm going to back, and I'm just going to do nothing else, just ask it to stitch. The other thing that we did here was Dan, your style that you used on the side. You can play with that as well. Your style is now set to straight. Change that to the last one at the bottom. So I'm going to ask you at some stage to give these things numbers, that we can talk about number 7 or number 2 or number 4 style or whatever this is.
Yeah, I wish they would, yeah.
So we've got that one. So I've changed that, and the rest I keep as is. And we're going to go and ask for generate stitches. Generate stitches.
Phil, on that screen that's just gone, what does the max stitches 70 mean on that, just above the stitch style?
Oh, on the parameter screen. Okay, we'll go back and have a look. Okay, Dan, I want you to have a look. Yeah, I want you to have a look at it now.
It's 8,000 something.
Yeah, it was 8,000 and something, but now it's gone.
Oh, yeah, it is. I can see now it's made it a little heavier, I think.
Okay, so that is the chappy that will do your changes for you there. And you can now see immediately, if I now go to 3D view, you will see when it changes now that you will not pick up.
Gosh, that's a dramatic difference, isn't it?
Yeah. 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 That looks good.
Okay. But you can also see that the black at the bottom, Dan, it's picked up on the black extras, added extra black as well on the bottom section there. So you need to play with your yellow to perhaps have it not as the straightforward yellow, but between cream and yellow to get the effect that you want. So you would like just to be covering that area for you in such a way that you can actually sort that out, that you don't see the red coming.
Okay. Very good.
Okay, Judy, you ask me parameters.
Oh, it wasn't me. No, but yes, I want to.
Yeah.
Maximum stitch.
At the top there, max stitch, that at the top, above the stitch style on the right-hand side of the screen. It says max stitch. What?
It's got something to do with a specific maximum number of stitches in a specific area. I will check up on that for you and get back and publish the information on the site for us, or just in the next class I will give you that answer. But as far as I can remember, it was got to do with, let's say, per square centimeter or something like that, so many stitches. And you can basically take it up and also make it denser, or bring it down and make it less dense. We're standing on 8,377 stitches now. So let's take this down to 50 or 53. We don't change anything else and just generate stitches. And it should bring the stitch count down from 8,377 to less stitches, because we've asked. It's taking it up.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, not much.
Oh, it's gone up.
Yeah.
86 now.
That was 8,377.
I wonder if, yeah, maybe they're talking about some different measurement form.
I'll check up with that.
Rows, yeah, okay.
Good question, yeah.
Yeah, it was a good question. As far as I know, it's got something to do with the number of stitches in a specific area.
Right.
Okay, great.
That one's gone up to 9,000.
Now we're at
Yeah,
90.
it's over 9,000.
How did they get to 92,000?
No, it's the one at the bottom.
area.
It's the one at the bottom. I've just changed.
Oh, it's the one at the bottom.
Yeah, just changed the one at the bottom.
Oh, the one at, oh, okay, I see.
I'm already a little bit faster than I normally am. So I'm just changing the bottom section as well so that we can do more of a fill on that. I'm applying the same information that I applied to the right-hand side one to the bottom one as well there.
Yeah,
Go 3D.
I think I might try that.
That looks a whole lot better, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
So you just changed the style.
I've just changed the style, but I prefer to work with the last one and the last three at the bottom. 90% of the time I hate a stitch which is a zero stitch, a zero stitch direction. And I found that with Stomata, if you use that and you actually change your stitch direction, it doesn't always give you the results that you would like to have as well. Because then it starts playing with Stomata is working in one direction, and we're forcing it to work another stitch direction. And doesn't. So I prefer to work on style with the last three at the bottom. They give me a little bit of a better feel on the way that it actually compiles the stitches together. And in the same process, by applying the background color lighter or darker, it gives me more coverage or less coverage at the back. So those two things makes a difference there. Then you'll apply that on your side? You happy with that?
I'm going to give it a try.
Okay.
I'll take a look at it.
You want me to send you this file?
Sure. Yeah, I would appreciate it.
Okay, well
Yeah.
then. So I'll put the file up as well. Right. Sorry. Open for the next thing to do. We've done that. I've saved it. I'm sure I did. Let me just double check. Okay. Finished there. Anything? Editor, studio, cross stitch.
I got one sort of nitpicky question. When I save a file in Studio, an EOF file, it doesn't fill the file name in for me. Is there some practically normally when you have a file and you say save as, it puts the file name in, and then it gives you a browse basically. Where do you want to put it? I sometimes save files in two different places. This thing doesn't fill the file name in. All of a sudden, I got these complicated file names that I can't remember. So then I have to quit and actually write down the file name so I can fill it in. I just wondered if there's that might be something to ask Embert about as to why they did that. Doesn't happen in most.
Are you opening an existing?
Yeah, I'd open an
Are
existing
you
file.
opening an existing file? Okay, well just click on that name, and that will open the file for you. That will save the file under that name.
Yeah, but in some cases I will be saving it onto a flash drive, and it isn't on the flash drive. Or I'm saving it to a floppy disk, and it isn't on the floppy disk. It's an old file, but it's the first time I've saved it. And that doesn't happen when you go in and save, for example, a DST or a stitch file. It always fills it in for you. I just wonder why they don't. And it might be a question to ask Embert, I think, possibly, why that's the case. Sort of a pain in the neck.
No, I think Dan, it's because it gives you the opportunity. Because what I've just tried to do is to see if it picks up the image file name, but it doesn't. And so it gives you the option to basically make sure that you can add any file name to your file when you're working with it. And if you look at the screen in front of you, you'll see I've got backups of part 1, 2, 3, 4, and I've got the actual names,
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, and all those there.
Yeah.
But I'll put the question through and ask them why don't they give you, once you do a file, if open and you want to go and say file save as, not give you the file name. I think it's because you would like to use it as a different file name perhaps.
Another question might be to ask them, you know, when we compile a file into a stitch file from Studio, is there any way they can bring that image with it? Maybe that's just technically not possible. But in other words, as soon as you do that, you leave your image behind.
Why would you want an image?
Because I might want to look at it and compare it or something like that.
You see, Dan, the problem is if you're an editor, you want to pull in your image in editor so that you can look at the image and then jump between it's two different programs. I know on the Banana software, for instance, you can do that because the Banana software have their studio and their editor is actually inside one program. So whether you open the image in editor or you open the image in studio doesn't really make a difference. With us, when we do digitizing, we work separately from working with editor.
Okay. All right. Well, the only thing I'm thinking of, you know, when you're doing a bunch of editing, which you do a lot of stuff in editing, is sometimes it would be handy to have that image there. Just for the same.
Judith and Betty, on the Viking software, does it have the same feature as well, where you can actually pull the image in and leave it there?
No, I don't think so.
So it's similar to
I haven't used it for so long. I don't
Me
even
either,
remember.
Betty. I've used Ember for 10 years now.
Okay.
Dan, one way of doing that is to bring in the picture as a JPEG from a different program and have it, you know, from your, I've got PaintShop Pro, for instance, or your Paint program, and have it sitting on the side of the screen there for comparison.
Oh, well, yeah, I could do that, yeah.
Or you could just save it in this wherever it is you want to put it. If you're putting it on a flash drive or something.
Let me just go and check.
You need to have it in a separate program to bring up the image to compare.
But the only thing I would just thought it would be nice if you had the image sitting on the screen behind just like we do in Studio. You know what I mean? And but
no, that's complicating it.
It may be too complicated.
Let's have a look and see what we can do. Perhaps the program can do it.
I think
if you just check, there's a question.
because with what it is. With my other program that I use, my experience program, when you're first setting up the image to digitize, you have got to save that image for good or not. And it's from the very beginning. And if they can do it with that software, Ember should be able to do it easy.
Okay, so in other words, what you're saying is when you pull the image in, you have the option to save the image, the background image with the file, and it will basically travel around with the file. And if you don't want to do it, you'll just work with it, and when you finish, it won't be there anymore.
That is correct.
Okay.
Dan?
Yeah?
Under what circumstances would you need the image in editor?
Oh, I'm trying to think. There was some. Well, I was doing some editing, and it would have been handy if I had the image behind. And it was just as a guide. I can't quite remember what the deal was now. I just said it's sort of nitpicking, I think.
I want to share some information with you with regards to stitch count. Anybody that's working with a machine that's closely related to the Janome family, you need to look at your stitch count. Some of the machines are limited to the number of stitches that they can handle. I think the Janome machines handles, I think if I'm not mistaken, 46,000 stitches per file or something like that.
Oh, wow.
So
46,000?
Yeah, I think so, or 64,000. I must actually check up because that lace heart, when I called the lace heart up, I had to actually go and split. lace art to do what I wanted it to do. Okay, so Dan, what you want now is where I am in editor, you want me to bring the image in behind it. Let's see if we can do that.
Well, we've all learned something.
It's there, Dan.
Yeah, okay.
It's there, but
All right,
you've
you
lost
just
the
can't-
stitches there.
You can't just carry it through, but you
No, the
can
stitches,
bring it
you'll
in
see the stitches just now. The stitches is coming in. It's right at the bottom.
So can you?
It's still zooming in. There you go. There's your stitches right in the middle of the grill.
Okay, we need to resize the photo, I guess.
Yep. That's it.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Can you just do that again, please, Phil?
okay, so
You went into.
images.
He just went up to image and pulled in the picture.
And then
Oh,
just
right.
like you
the
would
open
on
picture. Yeah.
Okay.
So what I can do now, I can go and say set size of the image, and then say, right, let's bring the size of the image down to what would that be? Oh my! I know.
About 15.23 millimeters.
Millimeters?
Well, that's what it's listed as, millimeters, and I don't know how to change it there. But if you do that, that's 6 inches, basically, I think. Pretty close to 6 inches.
Okay, so Dan, you can play with
You mean
it.
that would be centimeters?
Yeah, I've just bring it down to
15.2.
centimeters.
Yeah, that's very close right there. You're pretty close.
So
I'm not sure what.
so it is actually
Oh,
possible
this.
because you can now jump in between normal view and image view. So if you look at the image now, you'll see if I jump between the two. There you go. There's the image only. And then now
And there's this.
jump back, and then you'll see the stitches with the image. So it is in theory possible to do it. The problem is
Yeah, the only thing is. Yeah, you have to adjust the size, is what it is.
yeah, or otherwise you need
it's
to make
just
sure that your size is the same or the right size when you start with the design.
right. In other words, in this case, you've got a size that you've got your object in, and all you need to do is tell the image to be the same size.
That's it.
Right.
And then they'll match. I remember this thing, I ended up for some reason a little bigger than it was supposed to be. It was like 6 1/3 inches or something, and I actually had to reduce the size after I got it done, because I'm supposed to be 6 by 6 inches. And but this would be great. You answered my question.
Right? I'm glad I could.
Yeah, well,
Both my
that's
questions.
interesting. Oh, interesting.
Right. Any other questions from the group?
Nope.
Did you get my email on that toil?
The canvas, the two guys working.
For shading?
Was that the two guys working that you sent today, Betty?
I sent it, yeah. You may have got it today. I sent it last night.
Okay, I saw there was one when I looked at it, but I
It's
haven't had
just-
chance to go through it yet.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll after the meeting I'll quickly go and look at the emails that's in, and I'll give you an answer back on that. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Good. Candy and your bling bling will be on the group.
I have a few to heat press down, so I'll take some pictures and send them to you.
Good. Yeah, let's put them on the Yahoo group and make the group. I've changed the group rules as well. You'll notice you must probably all of you have received an email from the group, the people that is in the Yahoo group, and I think I want to change it to be exclusive group in total. Only the members that's with us, so that we can share
I like
things.
that.
We can share things inside the group. That's my feeling with it.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I didn't know it wasn't that way, yeah.
No, it was at some stage it was open, and then we got all these guys that jumped in and started advertising and going crazy. So that was one of the things that I said, let's close it. If we want to brag with our own things, let's brag with it. And the rest of the group at least know where it comes from and what we did with it. So that's fine.
Right.
Very good.
Okay, so
One
other
thing. In your email, is that explained in the email? I just glanced. I just got back. I haven't had a chance to sit down and look at my emails.
It's basically just boiling down. We grew quickly with a lot of people there, but I would rather have people there that's part of the group than have 4,000 people on the list, and then eventually we have things that's not relevant to what we're doing.
So what do we have, a password or something?
No, there's no password or nothing. The only thing is I'm basically stopping new people coming into the group. If they're not listed as one of our members on the classes, I will not give them access until such time as they basically become a member in the class. So if they're not a class member, they shouldn't have access to comments and all the other bits that's there. So that's just my feeling that I had.
You can also upload some of the files and everything into the Yahoo group rather than having to pull them off your website, Phil.
Yeah, except for the videos, which takes a massive amount of space. But the smaller things like the EOF files and all those, I can go and drop them on the Yahoo group, and you guys can pick them up there. And it's a lot quicker for you to pick them up than it is for me to actually go and drop them off inside the behind the scenes, behind the download section, and load it and create it and all that. So that was also one of the ways of thinking there.
Okay.
And Dan, it's a different group. It's a different Yahoo group. You'll see it in your email.
Yeah, the name has actually just changed. I just went and changed the name. It's now called the Embed Exclusive 200 Group.
So he doesn't have to join it?
No, if he hasn't joined it yet, I will have the link up on the website.
Already on the.
Oh, well, I was able to get straight into it.
Yeah, because you were already there.
Yeah, because I'm part of the group anyway.
Yeah.
So Dan should be able to get straight in because he's part of the group.
Okay. I thought you had to rejoin, which is what I did. Okay.
No, I don't think it was necessary really to rejoin because it will basically.
Well, anyway.
Yeah, but it's fine. Just that we need to make sure that the guys in the group is there. And Diana, anything that I can help you with tonight?
Yes, Phil, because I came in late and you were talking about the red work heart, and it sounded sort of as if you were answering what my problem was. I emailed you, and said I was way ahead of you, but I got that message about remove connections and a number 2. And when I actually looked at I can't load it because I'm not on the same room as my other computer, but I had the tree wouldn't do it, and I had a stitch across one of the petals, and I couldn't see. I went round it 3 times, and I still couldn't see where these why I had a connection stitch.
Okay, well, that was one of the comments. So one of the comments were your information that you sent through to me. I've sent through in my list to Dusan, which says another suggestion for Dusan is, if I'm not too late, is the separate objects joined by 2 things. Okay, I've sent that through to him, so we'll have an answer from him, and I will then send the answer through to the group as well. Because
Betty might be able to answer sort of, where I went wrong there.
No,
you never seem to have these connection stitches.
Betty gave us a good answer. She said she's not a speed freak. She stops at every stop street.
Well, yes. Well, I thought I'd stopped at every junction.
I'm not a speed dialer.
No, but I thought I'd stopped at every junction.
Right.
But I'm still getting, these 2. I managed to get rid of one. That was quite obvious. But this connection stitch was jumping from one side of a petal, one of the center petals, to the other side of the petal, and not even in a logical place.
Okay. Dan, is there still a question that you want to ask? I see Dan has just gone off. All right. Eileen, anything from your side? We just go open to the question section. You can type something in for me there. Gwen?
Not at the moment, Philip. Thank you.
Pleasure. Pleasure, that's 100%. And then Judith?
Is there some way you can indicate who's talking? We now have the wonderful list, but we still don't know who's talking.
Yeah, I've sent a question through to the guys at the last time, and they came back with a nice response. Right. Due to your technicality that you ask in the question, it will take a little bit of time, but we will answer you. Don't worry. So.
Right. Oh, there we go. But it's just me.
Yeah, it shows Phil and whoever else is talking normally.
Yeah, but it doesn't show you.
But only if you're the person talking.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha.
Phil,
yes.
Last week you were saying that you were going to change a lesson.
Oh, a date,
lesson,
yes.
Yes, a lesson date. Have you decided when?
For May. No, I'm waiting for my secretary. I will have that most probably done by the latest Friday this week. It's that second week in May, and I need to move the date for that Wednesday class either to next week or to the week after that.
Okay.
And if I just run through my mind now with when I've got classes, I've got Wednesday night, we've got classes here. Monday evenings, I've got another class. And Thursday evenings, I've got another class. So the only time that I really have open would be on a Tuesday evening or a Friday evening. So give me feedback.
Either would be fine for me.
What was that, Friday?
Either Tuesday or Friday is fine for me.
Betty? Let's do it. That's a democratic choice here. Run down from the top. Candy, I know you're busy on Mondays. You busy on Wednesdays?
Mondays and Tuesdays are my dog show picture days that are horrible. So anytime.
Any other time would be fine. All right, Betty?
Yeah.
I'm open to whenever.
Okay. Dan? See, Dan is still here. Let me just check and see.
Tuesday might be better.
Good. Sorry,
Tuesday
Dan?
would be better for me. Tuesday would be best for me.
Diana?
Well, I'll fit in with the rest. Either Tuesday or Friday will be fine with me. So, go with the majority.
All right, Gwen?
Friday is better for me.
All right. And Judith, you say you don't have a problem with the 2 days?
No, I don't have any problem.
Karen?
I just don't.
Mm-hmm. Sorry, Judith?
Either day works for me.
Okay. And
if somebody can't do it on Tuesday, I could do it on Friday.
Okay, it's Sue.
Generally, either day's fine.
Any one of those?
Unless I'm going away for a weekend show.
Okay. All right. I'll let you know then. I'll check with my secretary tomorrow what is the best time to do it. But I think we must probably do it on the Friday, next Friday. So next week we'll have a class on Wednesday, and we'll also have a class on Friday.
Okay.
And that will be the makeup class for the second week, which will be the stigmata class, if I'm not mistaken. It's normally, now stigmata is the first class of the month, eh? Yeah, first class of the month, stigmata. It will be the editor class that we'll do on Friday.
Okay.
Okay. And then just some feedback from my side. I've basically gone and added, you should have received emails as well. I've added the option now that we have for people that can't really afford the group, people that was with us in the group. I'm thinking of Diana in Canada, French Diana, which left the group at some stage because of financial difficulties and all that. I've basically gone and added single module sections as well so that the people can come back, and if they really want to do stigmata only, they can only belong to the stigmata group, but we won't see them anywhere else.
Phil, talking about all this payment, have Alert Pay said that they don't want to do it anymore, or have they just cancelled and we've got to
I'm still battling. I'm still battling with them. I had a talk with them. When I sent that email, I have to say it was more than 30 minutes that I was online with them. I was more frustrated than anything else. And this guy just said to me, sorry, I can't help you. And I said, well, it's nonsense. I know programming. I know what's going on websites and everything. It's a matter of you telling me that you don't want to help. And then eventually he backpedaled and said to me, no, that's not really the case. And I said to him, I need to speak to one of your senior staff, and I want to speak to him now. I'm phoning from South Africa, and I'm on telephone. I want it sorted out. And eventually what I went and did is to save you guys from them waking up suddenly some night, 2 o'clock in the morning, and go and process all those payments according to their books that was in arrears, that isn't in arrears. I went and deleted all of your subscriptions. So I'm waiting for them for an answer, but it looks as they are coming right, because I've had 2 new people joining the group this week, and they joined in from the start story, and they went through the credit card payments and all that. But I don't want, until I've got an answer from them that all is safe and secure, I wouldn't like to recommend that. I wish at this point in time I can get somebody in the States to open a PayPal account for me there, that I can run all my stuff through PayPal. But it's not that easy.
There's a couple of sites from South Africa, Hatched in Africa.
Yeah, but you know what they're doing? They're not running through PayPal. The hassle, what they're doing is if I run through tocheckout.com, for instance, my whole system, then you can pay with PayPal, and you can pay with PayPal. You can pay tocheckout.com. The embroidery guys from South Africa are making use of, I think it's micro BMT or something like that.
Yes.
And micro BMT basically allows you to pay with PayPal. But micro BMT is actually sitting in the States, and PayPal is in the States, so they don't have a problem with it. And then they take the money from the guys, and then the South African guys, they get their money that you paid for the design that you bought 45 days to 60 days later.
Oh, wow.
Phil, it might be worth checking out the Google when they've started a payment checkout thing now.
Yeah, I was there, Judith. At this point, they basically they only allow U.S. citizens to use them. So I was there.
Oh, right.
Tell you, the only guys at this point that I think that might work for me, and I'm waiting for a final answer from them, would be ClickBank. And ClickBank is allowing South African rand, dollar, euro, pound, and I think 2 and Japanese yen or something like else. And I think there's about 6 currencies that they handle now. And they also allow you to pay for that with your PayPal account. So you can either do it by credit card or
that would be
do it by
handy.
PayPal. So, but I'm just waiting for a final answer from them, and when that's done, I will implement that, and that will become our way. Because they also transfer the money for us here in South Africa on a weekly basis. So the money that came in this week will be transferred in the same week. But Setcom, which is our South African guys, which doesn't do monthlies yet, the subscription section yet, they work fine. Betty and myself went through the whole process, and Betty, it was quite quick, quite easy.
Right, it was very simple.
Yeah.
Yes, I did Setcom and found them very simple indeed as well, Phil.
The only thing that I can think of, if it's not a problem with you guys, what I most probably will do is I will most probably set it up in the program up then in such a way that you will pay through Setcom, and then I'll send you a reminder. The system will then send you a reminder invoice when your next payment is due, and you just click on the link and you pay it again. And if
that'd be wonderful.
And if that works fine, then we don't have to go.
Oh, that's good.
That would be fine. Whatever.
Okay.
The reminder would be great.
But AlertPay kept telling me, even before I clicked on my email address, to find another way to pay besides credit card.
Yeah.
Really?
That's a deposit from the bank as well.
Yeah, I think Sue lost some bucks in the process because when she transferred money, when the money got there, it wasn't the same amount of money anymore.
Yeah. If you transfer in less than £50, they charge you £2.25.
Yeah.
And if you can't withdraw less than £10, and they will also charge you $2.25 to withdraw the money.
Yes.
Yeah, sounds like.
So I transferred 55 in to cover the April payment, which went out this morning automatically.
I saw there was one that
to it.
I saw that there was one that came through this one. Ladies, thank you very much. I think it was a nice talk for a change. Just on off the record visit, but please, the second last week meeting, the last meeting of every second month is there for you guys. So if you pick up anything crazy, by all means. And this is the only meeting that I will basically say to you, if you want a friend to join us in this meeting, they're more than welcome. So you can send them the link, and they can join this meeting. But the rest of the other meetings is secure. That's only for us that basically see each other every week.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.